Okay viewers, my name is Mari Ulfa. I am from English Education Department Semester 3. Okay, today I want to explain about discussion text and spoof text. Okay guys, the first is discussion text. Definition of discussion text. Discussion text is text that contains an issue or relate an issue. An issue can be discussed from various point of view, for example, from the point of view of the people directly involved or just observers. Okay, first second is the purpose of discussion text. The purpose of discussion text is to convey arguments and information from various point of view. And there are arguments in the discussion text, and some of them are exposition, either in the form of analytical expositions, giving arguments and restating views, or hortatory exposition, giving stronger arguments and recommendation action. Although there is an exposition text section in the discussion text in English, these two texts have difference. Okay, for the next is generic structure of discussion text. And here, discussion texts have four generic structure. For the first generic structure of discussion text is statement of issue, list of supporting points, list of contrast points, and the last is recommendations. That is the generic structure of discussion text. Okay, for the next is the language features of discussion text. The first is introduction category of generic structure or generic participant. The next is using the linking verb. Next is using adjective, contrast, and causal connection. And the next, using modalities. And the last is using adverbs of manner, such as deliberately, hopefully, and others. Example of discussion text. The title is homeschooling. Homeschooling is an alternative way to educate our kids besides sending them to public school. Homeschooling is becoming more popular every day. There are about 2 million children currently learning at home. However, it has some advantage and disadvantage. And this paragraph is content about statement of issue of generic structure of discussion text. Parents choose to homeschool to educate their kids because they believe that homeschooling can be a personal schedule. Homeschooling allows parents and children to work out a schedule that will best work for the child. Another advantage is flexibility in the time and curriculum. By homeschooling, parents can set the curriculum freely. And this paragraph is content about a list of supporting points. On the other hand, homeschooling can spoil parents' time. Homeschooling needs a lot of time in preparation and delivery. Parents have to research topics, prepare the lesson, set up the project, and file the trips. And this paragraph is content about list of contrast points. So, when thinking about putting children through homeschool, I believe we should make sure that we understand all of the criteria involved in the home education. And in this paragraph or in the last paragraph of text is content about recommendation of generic structure of discussion text. Okay, for the next is spoof text. The first is meaning of spoof text. All the types of English text, spoof text is the type of text that is considered the most fun to learn. Spoof text is a type of English text that contains funny stories. The communicative purpose of this type of text is to entertain the reader to share it. Nah, spoof text adalah cerita yang dimana di bagian akhirnya itu ada twist atau kejutan, dan kejutannya ini tidak terduga. Okay, for the next is the purpose of spoof text. The purpose of spoof text itself to entertain others with funny stories. Usually, spoof text is a true story that happened in the past with an unexpected and funny ending. Surprise in the spoof text, which are as follows: the first, humorous twist, ironic twist, and misconception twist. Tujuan spoof text adalah untuk menghibur pembaca dengan cerita lucunya. Dan biasanya spoof text itu adalah cerita yang benar-benar terjadi di masa lalu dan berakhiran dengan twist atau kejutan yang tak terduga. Spoof text tersendiri tidak memiliki jenis-jenis yang berbeda, akan tetapi twist atau kejutan dalam spoof text tersebut memiliki beberapa macam. Nah, diantaranya yaitu humorous twist, ironic twist, dan misconception twist. Okay, for the next is generic structure of spoof text. The first is orientation, events, and twist. Spoof text memiliki struktur sebagai berikut. Yang pertama, orientation, event, dan twist. Orientation. Di dalam paragraf ini terdapat siapa saja pelaku yang terkait dalam cerita tersebut. Selain itu, di dalam paragraf ini terdapat kapan dan di mana kejadian itu berlangsung. Event. Biasanya di dalam paragraf ini berisi tentang apa saja yang sudah dikerjakan oleh si pelaku dan apa saja yang terjadi di dalam cerita tersebut. Nah, biasanya di dalam spoof text ini disampaikan dengan waktu yang berurutan. Paragraf yang terakhir dalam spoof text ini bernama twist, yang biasanya berisi tentang kejadian atau keadaan yang tidak terduga, dan ini akan menjadi akhir dari sebuah cerita tersebut. Nah, akhir dari cerita tersebut ini harus tidak dapat diduga dan oleh pembaca. Okay, for next is the language features of spoof text. The first is focusing on people, animal, or certain things. The second, using action verb. The third, using adverb of time. The fourth, using simple past tense. And the last is using chronological connectivities. Nah, fitur bahasa yang terdapat di dalam spoof text. Yang pertama itu fokus terhadap orang, hewan, dan sesuatu. Yang kedua, menggunakan action verb. Yang ketiga, menggunakan kata keterangan waktu. Dan yang keempat, menggunakan simple past tense. Yang kelima, menggunakan kata penghubung yang chronological. Okay, here example of spoof text. The title is Counting Donkey. One day, Abu Ali went to the fair and bought 9 donkeys. He rode home on one of them. The rest of the donkeys followed behind. After a while, Abu Ali said to himself, I must make sure all my donkeys are here. And he turned round to count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, where's number 9? Abu Ali cried. He jumped down from his donkey. He looked behind the rocks and behind the trees, but there was no donkey to be seen. I will call them again, Abu Ali said. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, he must have come back. So Abu Ali climbed back onto the donkey and trod away. After a while, he counted his donkeys again. He counted only 8. Once more, he looked behind the rocks and behind the trees. But there was no donkey to be seen. "I will count again," he sighed, and this time there were 9. Just then, Abu Ali saw his friend Musa walking along the road. "Musa," he called, "help me to count my donkeys. I keep losing one. When I stop to count, I have only 8. But when I get down looking for the 9, there is again." "Well, I can see 10 donks," Abu Ali laughed Musa, "and the 10th donk's name is Abu Ali." The first paragraph of that story is content about orientation. The second paragraph is events, and the last paragraph is twist. Maybe just from me. Thanks for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.